Hey guys, welcome back to another one. Today we're going to be going over our food plot that we've planted last year into this year. So it's only been going for about a year and a half now. It's only had one full crop on it. See how it's been doing and what we did. The area here that we chose for the food plot was full of trees, not much underneath for any kind of food. As none of these were oak trees, there was no acorns for the deer to eat. It was mainly just a travel way, and at best, it was a average travel way because they didn't even like walking through it because there was a lot of brush in the way. There's a lot of dead trees because there's a disease going around all these trees. What we went ahead and did is cut out an area, roughly an eighth of an acre or sixth of an acre. That way we could introduce a food plot, see how it did kind of on a micro scale, if you call it that. And then we can always scale up bigger. As this particular area, just kind of like in our deer blind video, if you guys want to see more about that, it has a lot of these trees. It's probably a couple 100 yards by probably half mile. There's a lot of trees that are all like this. Lots of them are dying off, so we're really just trying to gain a little bit better habitat for not only the deer, but all the other animals to reproduce as well. We got them all cut down. We used chainsaw, sawzall, all that good stuff, axes, whatever we had. Took a lot of time. We did a lot of it during fall time after hunting season and then into winter and into spring. All the plants that were already on the ground, I didn't spray those off to kill them off really. I only killed off a few of the more problem species, kind of like buckthorn and stuff like that. But if it was native species, I didn't really care because it can compete in the food plot if it wants to. If it wins, great. So for our first year food plot, what did we introduce? We did a lot of clover. We did a lot of turnips. We did some wheat. We did some radish. We kind of stuck on that because it helps break up the soil, especially the turnips and radish, as all these trees were doing was just sucking all the nutrients out of the soil. So you wouldn't be able to plant anything that really needed a lot of nutrients, kind of like soybeans and corn, as there really wasn't much nutrients in the soil. So we went and put a lot of things on for planting purposes that put nutrients back in when they decompose. That way next year we have all these nutrients already there. That way we don't have to supplement them. With that being said, I did supplement the nutrients as this was the first time for me, so I didn't want to completely fail on my first year. I did supplement with some nutrients in a bag. It was probably a little hot for that area just because I had an entire bag. I used all of it. Though the food plot turned out so well, I think that helped it because it really needed that amount of nutrients in order for everything to grow properly, because I really stacked a lot of seeds within that, sixth of an acre or eighth of an acre. The amount of competition that everything had was very high. So I had a very hot fertilizer on there, which really pumped up all of it. And we got very lucky this year because we had a lot of rain this spring, which isn't typically what we have happen. And a lot of this soil was very, not sandy per se, but more coarse, and it just doesn't hold water well. But Mother Nature ended up providing, put a ton of water down. That way we had a lot of water to work with, and all of those plants sprouted up, which is going to be fantastic next year when they all decompose, and it's going to give all the nutrients back into the soil, all the things that, the deer and the rabbits don't eat. With that being said, do I think it was effective? Yes, 100%. There's a lot of animals that visited this food plot, and we had a trail camera in the same exact spot last year, and we got maybe an eighth of the amount of traffic through this area because all it was a traffic way. We have so much here for the deer, the rabbits, all the groundhogs are coming, all the squirrels, all that good stuff. This gives us a very good opportunity to see what all we have on this land. What was great is Minnesota stated this year that the average fawn survival rate was right around 40 to 50%. And that was due to the very high amount of rain that we had in the spring. Whereas on the trail camera that we had roughly 7 fawns in our study, and all of those survived all the way until now. We still see them on cameras. Now, is this a product of just the food plot and not just the land overall that we have? I would not state that. I would say the land's very good for coverage, and we don't have a lot of predators because we try to keep them down. With all that being said, I think that this is a very good food plot. We're going to be doing roughly the same next year, though we will be able to diversify some of the plants that we use. Maybe we'll go more soybean or corn heavy. If you guys want to let us know what you're thinking about that. And of course, let us know what we did wrong, right? This is all about a learning experience. We'll probably make this a little bit bigger. We'll keep chopping down the trees around the edges of the food plot just to gain a little bit more land capacity and just keep on rolling. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.